Alright, so I'm making another video on James Michael Shannon, Instagram's only e-beggar.
How come no one can cash at me? Venmo me some money, please. I need the money. I need to do something.
He's still not happy about me, obviously, but he still hasn't gotten a job either. He started letting people into his lives again, and I managed to score another interview, mainly because Mr. Black kept interrupting us in the last one. So now, I'm facing James like a man, like he's been wanting me to.
I just woke up, and I think you already asked, like, for cash up, like, 11 times or 12 times already. Like, I get it, you're in need, but we've already established that you're not the only one in need, and you're not the only one in this universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's like you gotta chill out with the asking for a bit. I mean, a lot of people are not. You see how they joke around with this, you know? You're gonna keep asking, and they're gonna make a joke out of it. So you're giving them the reaction that they want, essentially.
This is really just another episode of a man half his age giving him the best spanking of his life.
Why do you even watch my show or my page?
Honestly, I've already declared that I like watching this stuff. It's entertaining to me. You're not the only one I watch that does this kind of stuff, honestly. There's other people that are like that.
But I was also making him aware that his Venmo receipts are accessible. I've never once in my life used Venmo, so I don't really know how it works. But I've been personally DM'd his receipts, and it does show you who donated and how much. But like, dude, that's like really weird to send me, so of course I never really looked into it like that. But people are starting to do the math. It's been a pretty long while since people donated and all that, so it's gonna take you a minute just to calculate how much exactly people spent on him.
Why do you think I said what I said about, like, it's been probably thousands? Because people already, like, they already started doing the math on how much money people have sent you by now. You can't really look at Cash App receipts unless you're the one that puts it out there, but Venmo is different, so you can look at it.
It's only a few $100s.
I know, James, but the point is how much do you need? Like, do you need us to give you millions of dollars or something?
I'm homeless. I don't have any income right now. What do you want me to say?
We're going through the circle again. What am I gonna do in this situation? It's like, I already told you, dude.
Yeah, that's...
to get jobs. There's. I cannot force people to hire me.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you keep pulling up those questions. What do you want me to do? And I already told you what to do. And then you pull up, well, I have no family. I know that. You keep repeating the things that we've already heard you before. It's not going to change anything, bro. It's not going to change what people are going to tell you. We hear you. We've heard you forever. You got to pick yourself up. These are reasons why you got to pick yourself up, man.
I'm not the only one that gets on here and has money.
Yeah, I know. But yours is like a very interesting twist. You're in a spot where you really shouldn't be asking for money, and you still are, and nothing has changed. You keep using the same excuses, so people are just gonna end up giving money to other people that do want to do something about it, like Tony, for example.
Tony doesn't.
Or like other people.
Tony doesn't really need any money anymore. He's not homeless anymore.
Yeah, because he got a job and he was maintaining himself, and he had a car. He was literally okay. He just didn't have a home. He just needed a bit of time to get a home, and he was in fact, he was going to get an apartment before moving back into his home, but he ended up just going back to his wife. So he was already on the right track, bro. Stop making it sound like he wasn't going anywhere. He had money on him already. From what? A gas station job, bro. A literal minimum wage job. He got out of that. He had his car. The only thing he needed was just the home, and he saved some money, and that's what he got. That's what I've been telling you to do, but you keep arguing and trying to defend yourself even though it's not working. I don't understand why I was trying defending yourself. You're homeless, like you said. I hear you, but these are the same reasons I'm telling you should get a job. There's a lot of people homeless. You're not even in the state that I'm in, so why would I give you money? I need to worry about the homeless people in my state too, man.
So I'm throwing shots upon shots. James just taking it. He can't really defend himself. And then he kicks me out. And it's funny because This whole time, he was like, you need to be a man. You need to face me like a man. I am telling him the most genuine, most honest answers I could possibly give him, more than anybody. And he still kicks me out. He has something towards me, man. So after he kicks me out, he basically gives everybody else an opportunity to join the live. And I was super depressed, man. He pushed me into the sidelines, bro. It's like watching your girl getting stolen in front of you. Thing is, though, is that all the people that were living with James were being completely insulting. The whole point of them joining was just a troll, basically. And I would show you, but he took it down, so there's nothing I could do about that. But after being constantly trolled and made fun of by these guys, he found it in his heart to forgive me and let me join into the live again.
Why'd you kick me out, man?
Felt like it.
You can't call me less of a man and do stuff like that. I'm trying to face you like you want me to.
You said you wanted to interview me, so interview me. Or is this just going to be more you lecturing me?
I mean, it's all been a lecture. I shouldn't even have been lecturing you, man. You tell us, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? I'm homeless. You said that, right? I mean, you constantly bring it up.
You just don't want me to say anything that requires people to, or ask for money for anything.
Actually, I could say the same thing, because you want to ask us questions like that, and I'm answering your question, and you don't like the answers that I'm giving you. You go as far as kicking me out when I answer these questions. It really sounds like you have a problem for everything I'm saying. I'm letting you speak. I've been letting you speak. What are you talking about?
I've seen your other video you made of me.
Yeah, I'm letting everybody know that, hey, if you're gonna see some homeless guy, make sure you don't give money to this guy. Maybe give it to somebody that actually does need it. That's the whole point of these videos. People make those videos all the time.
So what's the problem with me? I'm homeless.
Right, I know. And so we know that.
Another homeless guy, but don't give me no money because I'm homeless.
All right, so we're going back to this circle again.
I'm no different than anyone else, and yet I'm out here asking for money just like all these other people do when they ain't got no money, no job, no nothing.
Well, you're naming people that are also in the same situation as you, and you're trying to make that justifiable.
You just said give other homeless people money, but not me. You just said that.
Yeah, I did. I'm not denying that part. But what I'm saying to you is that you're constantly pulling up the same thing that people already heard you say before. So if the money, if the money that people already gave you has gone nowhere, maybe people should give money to someone that actually is going to do something about it.
I haven't been on the street for a whole year yet. We came here from Texas in May.
And he is right about that. I made the mistake in saying that he's been homeless for 2 years. In reality, it's about to be 1 year, so my bad. But I don't think it matters how long you've been homeless. I think what matters is that you're homeless. I could see being homeless for like a week and be like, hey man, can I just borrow a few dollars? But after 6 months, at a certain point, you gotta do something about your case, bro. I still stand on my argument. There's a lot of people who lose relatives like that and still end up working, maintaining the responsibilities they still got. And I'm not saying there's no people that are struggling, right? There's definitely people who are still struggling to keep an apartment with 2 jobs. I get it. But those struggles come from the bills and the responsibilities that they're still trying to maintain. This man right here has no bills and hasn't had any bills to pay for a while now. He has food stamps and he's still begging for money. For him to say that he doesn't have any more of it should definitely lead you to believe that he's irresponsible with it. You would do this to your own brother if he would constantly ask you for money. At a certain point, you'd start questioning, what do you do with that money?
Like Tony, that you also have a problem with me bringing up.
Why?
But he was in
I have a problem with you bringing up Tony. You don't personally know Tony. I do.
I don't personally know you. And look at all the things I gathered on you.
So you think that's what it is? Tony, because you what's this stuff about him calling me a snitch?
The thing I was getting at with you is that you guys were pulling up these examples like Joe Baker and that other people can do it, I can't too. I was pulling up that Tony, a person who also was homeless like you, he had a job, and while being homeless, he was maintaining his car, making sure that he slept in his car. He wasn't willy-nilly just spending money all the time on a motel when he knew he couldn't afford it, because he knew he couldn't afford it.
Yes, he was.
Actually, in a lot of his lives, he says, I know I could actually get a motel right now, but I'd rather split it with James or with somebody else.
I might get a room tomorrow for myself. I got money to get a room for myself. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to think about it. If James want to go half on the room tomorrow, I'll probably go half with him. I got to see how I feel tomorrow, man. But I know one thing. If somebody bless me, I'm definitely going to go. I'll definitely go get a room. But if not, I'll save my money, sleep in my car, and keep it moving. I'm working on getting my own place. Me and my co-worker, we got this application in for low-income housing.
So he has said that he rather would not spend all of it on his own. He would rather split it with other people and be resourceful with his money.
And they will tell you that every time I get money, I split with them. Like if I get a hotel, I do share it with other homeless people. I don't just sit there and keep it to myself, even though I would have every right to do that because, I'm like, you guys didn't help me get this money, but I don't do that. I share with them. I'm not,
But why would you share when you yourself were telling us that you can't afford to do that? Why are you sharing when you can't afford it?
Well, so
he's sharing because he's actually resourceful with it. In fact, he's not even sharing. He's taking advantage of splitting with people. That's not sharing. That's just being resourceful. He's just trying to be smart with his money. You haven't been smart with your money, not one bit, man. And you're asking for more, and you're getting mad that nobody's giving you more of the money that other people have given you?
Don't send me. It's their money. If they want to send me money, they can send me money. Who the f*** are you to sit there and tell them what to do with their money?
Who are you to do the same thing?
Y'all need to cash at me and Venmo me right now. I need to get a room tonight. Every night. Man, shut the f*** up with that job.
You also cry about it and be like, man, just shut up. Just shut up and shut up.
I mean, you're not even showing me your face, man.
I don't have to.
Yeah, but you don't have to make videos about
stuttering, friend. Look, the whole point is that you don't get a job and you just like arguing with people online. That's why you're not letting me speak either. I keep you in the corner that you can't defend yourself from.
Yeah, you like to do that, don't you? You like to pick on someone that can't defend themselves, that's homeless, kick a dog when he's down, right? Kind of person.
No, I like to pick on someone that has every power to get themselves out of that situation, but just chooses not to.
And the information that you're given is lies.
Okay, actually, I can make you answer this. So when you confess to having prostitutes at home, how did you pay for them then?
So he keeps saying that all the things I've been saying is lies. So I pulled up the prostitution thing, because to me that really stands out a lot. I asked him if it was really lies, then how did he pay for the prostitutes when he had him over with his mom being there? Because my immediate assumption would be he used their checks, his mom and brother's checks, to pay them.
Because you didn't have a job back then. So how'd you pay for them?
Well, I used my mom.
Yeah, okay. So you used your mom's money.
No. I filed for unemployment, and that was my money.
And I know your ears are working perfectly fine, so I know you heard that he almost said he spent his mom's money on it. I unfortunately interrupted him and it gave him enough time to pull up a lie out of his ass. He claims that he had unemployment checks in 2011, but the time when he had prostitutes over, he claims that it was in 2012, which is when his employment checks stopped coming in.
My taxes, and then I filed for unemployment, and that money that I got was spent on the prostitute.
Wait. You took unemployment checks in 2011?
2011.
But you said this happened in 2012.
That's when they cut it off. Yeah, that following year.
Well, I don't ever remember you bringing up you had unemployment checks too. This is the first time I ever hear you pulling that up. All right. So you're telling me that everything I've been saying about you, and now you're confirming everything more of what I've been saying. You literally have not been working. You still spent unemployment money on prostitutes. I hope you know that's taxpayer money. All of that is not even your money anyway.
So his lie didn't even work out the way he wanted it to. He was just trying his best to avoid admitting to spending his mom's money on prostitutes. Not to mention the fact that this is the first time I've ever heard James ever collecting unemployment checks. Because in a lot of his lives, he would mention that he would never receive that kind of governmental help. So he's definitely lying. And I like how he has that pride over that unemployment money. It's my money. No, dude. Other people's taxpayer money, other people's hard-earned money went to you. So keep that in mind. Even if he did have unemployment checks, he would still choose to spend it on prostitutes. Either way, it's a double-edged sword, man. You either spent it on your mom's money or on other people's money.
Yeah, so no matter what money I get, it's not my money unless I go, work. in which I did work.
Exactly. What? Wait, do you live in planet Earth, dog? What planet do you live in where you don't work for money? Like, where if you don't do a thing and somebody pays you, that's your money. Like, that's how it always has worked, bro.
Can you answer me the question on how else you can make money without doing work? The only thing I could think of is finding a $20 bill on the sidewalk.
When the
You
right,
think asking for money is hard work?
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I got to sit here and justify myself to you.
We already confirmed you spent money on prostitutes, bro, with your mom being in there. Who does that? You're over here wanting us to be sympathy, like having sympathy for you over your dying mom, but yet whenever she was sick and was in tough condition, you were having prostitutes over. But I have to cry for her, for you. Okay, bro, that makes sense.
That was a one-time thing. I didn't do it.
Doesn't matter how many times you do it. My mom would never catch me doing that, period. She raised a better man than that. Why still haven't you taken down that video of her having a seizure? There was no reason for anybody to watch your mom have a seizure. Why don't you know where your brother is? Because if the government will take your brother, they usually tell you. So why wouldn't they tell you? What happened that made them not tell you?
I don't know. Maybe some.
Oh, okay. Well, the government doesn't just snatch people like that. That would be considered kidnapping. So something must have happened.
You know, I really don't appreciate you talking about my family like that.
These are all videos that you posted that I shared. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you do, because you're posting them, putting them on YouTube, putting them all together.
Oh, you're mad at me for exposing me. I'm sorry.
Me
that
for
people
what?
aren't seeing these
What am I being? Why am I being exposed for what? What am I being exposed of?
It seems like this guy has short-term memory loss because he's still saying the things I'm saying is lies when we just uncovered that he did have prostitutes over. So it wasn't a lie. And I do make a valid point. Why do I have to be emotionally held hostage? He invited prostitutes over while his sick mom was there. What do you want me to think out of all of these things, man? If the government itself took your relative, I am definitely gonna question you and you only. You don't just snatch people up. Like, Tommy wasn't taken away to be studied and become the new Weapon X program. In no case would they ever disclose their location and never tell you. It's kidnapping. They wouldn't tell you unless something happened. And I know something happened. That's why this remains one of the biggest Shannonverse mysteries of all. The only way we could get an answer is through there. And we all know it.
Why am I being exposed for what? What am I being exposed of?
I already told you. We just went on a whole conversation on how you've been exposed.
You went on a tirade or something about how you just don't want no one sending me no money for anything anymore.
I also went on a tirade about how
other homeless people, not this guy.
I also went on a tirade about how you use taxpayer money to get prostitutes while your sick mom was living with you. That's also what I went on about. That you didn't deny. That you also said was, but now we're finding out isn't.
So what?
Oh, it's so what? I thought it was, brother. This is who we have to give money to? The person who lies constantly?
I didn't say I didn't like working on do productive things.
Brother, you don't work. The most you worked is a minimum wage McDonald's, Wendy's entry-level job.
I can't get that. I can't get a higher paying job, dumbass.
Well, that's your fault for committing felonies, bro. That's not my fault. How am I the dumbass for committing? I'm sorry that I wasn't there to stop you committing those crimes.
Yeah, if he was here, I'd knock your teeth out.
You would not, brother. You should be getting a job. That's what you should be concerning yourself with.
You'd be worth going to jail for.
Is it worth cash apping for too?
After completely exposing him to his core, James got so heated he said he would bash my teeth in, and that a little squib like me is worth going to jail for. Which doesn't sound intimidating, more perverted low-key, but yeah, I guess somebody half his age is worth going to jail for. But I highly doubt his conditioning is good. I mean, this boy cannot work for his life. But I chose peace that day. Plus, what's the point of insulting the man? He wanted to face me like a man and ended up acting like a child. Why would I stoop to that level? My phone ended up dying and it interrupted our interview. But interrupting it gave him the opportunity to vent out what he felt.
You're not feeling no interview. And why are you guys going to listen to this? You guys he's saying you guys don't give other people, homeless people, money, but not me. I'm homeless just like they're homeless. You know what I'm saying? I do everything differently in a different roundabout way. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't do shit the way he does it or wants me to do it, you know. And that's man.
Oh, little Jamesy Poo. He ended up just reverting back to saying that all I said was lies. So expect another interview. I'm still gonna try with every fiber of my soul to make sure James gets a job.